Chico. We could, you know, we'll make it happen. We get t-shirts one day made up. For now, what we look at is 4 standing. Now, G2, yes, they've garnered a little bit of that mid control, so they can post Mixwell towards it and let the other 3, hopefully, to their minds, roam towards the site and try and build a little bit of presence. See if Mixwell can maybe cost one of these players, but his challenge would have been Alpha here.
Nuki actually hitting a headshot there, lucky to escape with his life. And the 7 HP does catch the heal. You two try and re-aggress on the back of this pressure. Enzo's reposition is key though.
This scares the life out of me, and Dirk is being given opportunities at headshots, and he doesn't only miss them, but G2 again get to keep their head, but the wall fight presented, and FNATIC win it. Nuki couldn't quite get that corner right either. 13 seconds and a 1v3. Now Hoodie luckily does have the spike, so he should get this planted. But for all those troubles, he is revealed, and he is dealt with. FNATIC, I like that start, Mike. I really did.
G2 and mirroring that. As 5 will walk towards B site now. We're on a platter. Get themselves a comfortable plant. Nobody even close enough to hear it until the spike will be planted.
Spike planted.
Yeah, this is comfy.
Having tools to work with, paint shell, a couple of prowlers, a paranoia. Mystic still got the poison orb and 2 snake bites, but well, FNATIC are just going to opt to try and do some damage here. Meadow's got himself tucked in, so any audio cues in mid are going to be detrimental to FNATIC's success here.
Let's see if there's anything. Meadow, a little dangerous hit. Okay, Close just going to make it comfy on 1. Nice from Meadow. Little Eco Cobra round. Enzo, the only one to do much damage here. Not going to get the follow-up. I thought maybe...
Close out the round. Dirk now tour de force in hand. Try and prevent any early progress through mid. Hopefully they're going to deal with the boombot for him. Oh, just misses it.
Yep. It's a chance for G2 now. Mystic picking up the mantle, but they're still holding from heaven. And Alpha a shot towards Mixwell. Double dipping on it. Not going to get the better of Nuki this time. And Enzo too wide on the peak. Punished. It's Durker and Boaster. And that's not happened. Nuki's on a heater now. Feeling that confidence brewing as Boaster. And then you get close to that monitor on this POV. I don't think he's going to get much closer to this round, though. That frenzy, good as it can be. Unless... Let's get some god timing. Gets 1, spots the plant. Couldn't adjust well enough. The Vogue's got it. And G2 carrying on.
They're going to force Dirk off. Forces the TP out. Ramp control garnered initially.
And this is big early work. Keep in mind that Dirk has been on patrol there. He's been holding a lot of space in most of these rounds, but a couple of tests, even though he kept his life, giving away the position. But Nuki is happy to be the first man forward here. Setting such a tone. Oh, the spot towards middle as well. Now the crunch comes in. Alpha's in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna have to fight his way out of it. He's done so well. Succeeds time and time again. Over and Nuki just dismembered. And now 3. What are you going to do with this?
That's so crucial as well. That Enzo spots somebody and can relay that information towards Alfia. That the possibility of a ropes flank comes through, but Alfia goes huge, finding both kills there. Hoodie will actually retrieve the orb. Now, res available. Not sure, with Alfia slipping away. Look at where Alfia slipped away from. He's got right down to bottom mid here. Mixwell will throw a shoulder TP away. And Dirk are there to police it. Hoodie with the trade.
Really good trade, but they need something else than that.
You will not kill my
That's going to help. Okay, back up to at least 3. 20 seconds though, and they haven't cleared sight.
Not even close to sight.
No. Still utility from Enzo being a problem towards DT. The reveal, the decay, basically being attached to heaven at this point.
10 seconds.
I don't think they can even make it there.
No, literally. The tether there just means that they can't pass through. On PC utility concluding things here. FNATIC will find their 3rd. An interesting one to look back on, to be honest.
Yeah. This was incredible. I'm interested here. Enzo setting into motion the utility, finds very little off the back, which would have been quite interesting. You could see the intent behind it with Alpha there, but this gives away a lot as well.
So Nuki didn't even flinch when Dirk made the sound cue through that cage. We paint shelled off the angle now.
God, what a fight between these two as well. Nuki up against Durka. It's just like two people who are exceptionally good at their jobs. It's something very, very nice to watching that. I'd say Nuki at his best, sitting on a raise for me. I always think he's exceptional at it. And Durka certainly looks fantastic on the chamber once he gets into the swing of things. Just being Durka, I think he looks quite good at. So he's doing all right in that front. Now, beyond that, though, I did like that little kind of utility setup and the push that came out from Alpha over towards this side on B, but with no initial contact, no real commitment towards that A site, it looks like they're still sticking around. You can see that Prowler come out, and that's going to reveal at least one player's position here.
We're not feeling the heat on the other side of the map. I think got a fairly good idea. Confirmation on the back of Enzo's ultimate. And not even sure actually if anybody's able to escape that. Mixwell will find Mystic elsewhere, though.
Breaking the site isn't going to be easy. Look who's still waiting here. Alpha's now on patrol.
That's gonna be huge.
When he gets one.
Wait, I've overstuck the TP.
Excuse me, Avova? You have no right to this. Now Boaster in no man's land, but he does get a fight on one. That's the time to activate after a quiet couple of rounds. He gets himself right to the eyes of Avova. And now with no time, though, it's all about playing your life. And that's exactly what Durka will do. As Avova almost made that round possible. Is Nuki walking this? Looking for that peak on Boaster. Boaster bested him this time. Much better. Anchoring that B site, being such a force now after being isolated and punished a couple of times. Finding that balance. This is a big recovery from him.
No resistance here towards mid. Mixwell allowed to explore pretty deep. Enzo on the other side of things. Spam comes through. Enzo's going to spot the barrel first, though. Operator removed. Mixwell down. The follow-up of utility. I mean, the first time I've actually seen it invested together, and it is rewarded. Alpha will find the paint shell kill onto Hoodie. Spike noted as well. A couple of weapon upgrades. Well, I mean, at least an operator in the hands there. Enzo can get off the judge if he wishes.
Why would you?
Oh.
It's his birthday. He'll use the judge if he wants to. Meadow, well, he's got the A site. Guys, A's clear.
Bring Spike.
And yeah, he's got 10 seconds to slowly walk towards potentially his death if he kept going that way. So, got to say it. Said the Boaster was struggling to hold on to a couple of those approaches towards B site. Timeout hits. Man's adjusted. Already finding a little bit more comfort. So good to see him instantly bounding back.
Fourth FNATIC to go in the strat book, right? Because it's like sometimes they can just get away with fundamentals, and it's like, oh, we're being tested here, guys, right? Mini's churning through the pages of set pieces.
I'm interested by probably often, assuming all goes right, the next LAN. How many times we think that FNATIC have been tested in this roster? Because there's something to be said about a team who has to then adjust, come back in with that plan, and really start finding those answers. Because I'd be interested to see how many times they've actually been pushed. For now, Enzo, comfy with it. Thought there could have been a problem, but it doesn't seem... Nuki? Playing Ring of Ring Rose with Alpha here. He's lost him.
Well, still wins this, though. Hey, Alfie had just tucked into the corner. I thought he was going to go up the rope there. He still finds him, though.
Okay, well, that Spike now having, I wouldn't say safe passage, because there is the entirety of heaven that can watch the cross. Safer passage? Oh, look at the timing. Could be pretty good. Go boo.
It's excruciating to watch.
I hate this. Okay, Spike's going down. It's fine. It's totally fine. No problem.
Spike planted.
Durka knows too much, man. This guy, he's got a tracking beacon just on players' potential positions. And you're dead. Look at this dude. What? He's so good at this. Now Meadow 1v3. Show me the money. Or not. Both the boys got it. That's FNATIC taking back the lead. But again, there's something I do want to look at. Yeah, I said maybe past the next event, right? The big one, you know, whenever that's going to be like coming up. How many times they're f***ing?
Yeah.
And this is the little kind of set piece that we're looking at earlier on, but there's actually players on this side, and you can see its intent and the execution. Nice to give the control over, get the orb. Actually, a really nice beginning. Kind of a little bit of an addition to that Omen utility, just throwing in Fade off the back. And actually commitment to this, Mike. They're fighting this out.
Yeah, not sure about this one. Hoodie actually going to get the Cade up. Actually still... What?
Ow! How did he get Alpha in that?
I mean, Enzo finds one in the back lines onto Rovova,
Yeah.
but G2 coming away, they're licking their wounds after that engage. They lose out two massive players in the form of Avuva? Nuki and Avova. I'm taking a leaf out of Ian's book here. I'm trying to splice names together.
I'm too warm to really enjoy Avuva. Avuvuzela.
Avuva. I'm sure I've said that one in the past as well. It's not the first time.
Oh no, probably not. Probably not.
It's been a long time.
Oh,
It's been a long
gosh.
time.
Oh no. Okay, it's fine. This is Hoodie and Mixwell. They'll be dead soon. There we are. Thank you very much,
7-5.
Mystic. 7-5.
Oh, he just hasn't
Yeah.
found the same value here. So early on, I was talking about maybe a couple of gaps in the setups from FNATIC, not seeing Alfio and Enzo maybe synergize as much as possible. But in terms of damage control, they didn't allow G2 to run away with these opening engagements. And that is a huge positive.
Oh, it absolutely is. I don't need to see them have like massive pop-off plays, but as long as they're doing as prescribed, then all good. Hoodie. Gifted out haircut, stir cut. Cut clean down to a 22. And they've won the mid fight, I guess you could argue, for FNATIC, but they've certainly taken some casualty on the way.
And try and deal with the wall now. Two members of G2 on the other side of this. Actually, Alfio still in position to punish.
Well, fade away. Mixwell needs this, needs to really stem the bleed in middle now. This problem's though, vision depleted, gets to dip away of overcalled upon. Give us a hand in. He's actually dropped down. That's sick work from Mixwell. If he got the flick back, that could have been everything. But now the crunch comes in. The fight on the site's been won. The spike is going A.
It'll be wide open here. Well, actually, Boaster and Mystic are able to get out of this situation. There's 12 seconds left, and that plant just about coming through. Plant's good for Heaven, so opportunity here, at least late round, but Mystic can't fall in this scenario. Nuki still hard clears him. Enzo now finds himself in a 1v3.
Did I tell you about the story, though, of the birthday boy, right? It's actually a crazy one. Because you thought it was going to be this B play, right? Like, that's what we were all told, and then suddenly, Spike's down at A. And he whiffs the first couple of shots. So, you know, you're starting to second guess yourself, and, you know, Meadows on the defuse. And none of these shots are hitting, Mike. So the story, all for nothing. Absolutely for nothing.
Glad to see that one run back.
Run it back.
But yeah, it's at which point FNATIC then say, okay, guys, yeah, we're in trouble here. Whether that's now, because I've got to say, G2 almost having a better attacking half than I would have assumed.
Yeah, I do feel as though FNATIC are, I don't want to say cruise control because it sounds disrespectful, but to their potential.
I say that because Mixwell wasn't just running wild, and that was so prominent previously. That's why I'm almost surprised G2 did get 5 on the attack. They were able to actually salvage a lot of rounds they shouldn't, similar to Icebox in that regard.
Oh, Durka outdone by Hoodie. That's a bit of a shocker. With 50 seconds left, there's no subtlety now to this plan from FNATIC. All rotations are in. You got a damn hard fight, but actually they're going to dismantle this just in case they start to peel back. Whole lot of faith in Avova and Nuki to hold this.
30 seconds left.
Navova's in danger. He needs a bailout. He needs a friend. He needs someone here because he's not getting away with anything right now. Couple of smokes holding back FNATIC.
Look, he's got nothing to spam into that slow. Boaster actually catches him out for good for the second as well. Avova did reposition, but he was noted and hard cleared here. Mixwell 26 HP.
10 seconds left. Spike.
Four left for the tour de force, so almost good for the. I mean, it looked good.
Oh, it did. For a second there, just walking that.
You thought that was a real hat.
Shut up, Mike. Shut up. I'm done with you. I'm absolutely done. It's too warm. I'm hot. Durka.
Look, he whiff on that, or are they trying to bait him in? But Durka
don't know.
follows up
Whatever
on
happened.
the reveal.
Went terribly.
Yeah, no swing through from the smoke. I'm not sure. It almost felt like a bait. It's like, yeah, okay, push off the back of the reveal, and we're going to punish it. But Enzo doubles down.
There's nothing. There's one thing that does worry me slightly though. It's like, if a plan goes astray and it happens to anyone else, sure. If it's Nookie, I'm like, ooh, he's not happy. He won't be happy about that one. And he won't be happy about this either. Durka just running rampant now, down to Avuva and Meadow. Sorry. Really tickled me that. And it is Avova who's going to be dealing with basically the entirety of FNATIC coming his way. So, the undesirable situation to be in. And Enzo going to try and clear sight.
Well, confirmation as well for footsteps on the other side of over. First one.
30 seconds left.
Not going to connect too much. We'll be able to escape a little deeper towards ramp, at least give them a fighting chance here. But it is a 2v4, Lauren.
Yeah, he'd need to bare minimum clear 2 of the 4, which not looking good. And Meadow's going to make it here, but his task would be sight. Again, he can't really help Avova without crossing. So what are you meant to do? Maybe get a 2v2 on the site and hope that the others don't push quick enough? Well, let's find out. Trying to give Meadow a fighting chance. Gets overrun. Durka's put him down. Good trades. FNATIC really fine.
Mixwell with the headhunter.
Here.
Oh,
The timing on the poison
Mixwell.
orb dropping.
Yep. Just all eyes on him. Now, I guess the silver lining is that Meadow's running in Durka on the other side of the map. Now, beyond that, though, you're going to need some big boy shots coming out. Nookie.
Wait,
The guy's
Alfia
movement.
falls?
What? How? I guess Vova was tucked on the site and caught him? Okay. They're hitting the shots they need. And
Meadow's got the
Nookie
upgrade
kept
as
his
well.
life.
And Avova should potentially get this right.
And the
This
flank.
flank's coming through so early.
Oh, he's good for it as well. Gets one. I thought he'd have the second. Boaster good for the trade, but this is huge. TP taken, but look who's here. Nookie has just hit the...
A Boaster! What?
Get out of it. How did Boaster... So Boaster TPs, right? Nookie is way ahead of the predicted timing. And he wins the fight. It's a 2v2. It ain't over yet.
Enzo's got a little bit of utility to work with as well.
What's he up to? Vova makes the step on the site. Utility invested.
he's got-
But
Player standing.
What?
One
Hoodie
enemy
hard
remaining.
clears him. Enzo, no! It's sticking inside the smoke! He's still gonna get it, Enzo! Clutches it out for FNATIC.
oh, man, there's so much in that round was ridiculous. And of course, G2 make it close on those sort of rounds. It's a G2 sort of round to convert, but man, FNATIC, that's just oof.
There.
10-7. It's gonna be a moment when you question when do G2 pump the brakes? Do they have more to go to? Already, Nookie be forced away, respecting the investment. And somewhat of a default. 1-3-1 coming out from FNATIC.
Well, no, this is the round they want to slow things down at all. Ultimates are plenty here. Nookie might even get isolated in this scenario. Mixwell luckily finds the swing through from Nookie, though. Doesn't find it, and it's just trades coming through. Hoodie
Spike's in mid.
going to mitigate some of that. Spike absolutely in firm control of G2 now. It's just Mystic and Boaster to try and recover things. I don't think this one's doable with 34 seconds left, Lauren.
No, this could be 8 for G2. Should be 8 for G2, it feels like, right?
A 4-man swing through.
Bold to be pulling that sort of stuff off.
It's a G2 round.
Hey, those moments of it happening in that Shiko upgrade sort of round that came out before. You're like, okay, of course they're hitting these shots. Fair enough.
10 seconds left.
That was a bit of a string now from G2. Rounds that get very close. This time they convert it. And they really did need that, I felt. Game's starting to look a little too like it was FNATICs in the making, but...
Intention from that previous round here. This time around, G2. Put the wall up. Only one confirmed on the other side of it, though. Boombot will go through. Really, I'm looking towards ultimately what Boaster and Mystic can really achieve on these extremities. On the back of this mid pressure, there needs to be
something.
Yeah, at least figuring out what the sight hold looks like.
Because they're pulling the attention, right? Like they're achieving kind of what they want.
As well.
Yeah, like this is I guess if you look bigger picture, this is somewhat of a win if you deem it as such. But it does need the extremities somewhere to make something of, right? Unless you're committing to this, like a split, or I'm kind of curious what they're looking for here. They are actually committing off the back of this. They're not actually peeling away at all. Alpha going to take over towards ropes, dip down and carry on forward. No rest for the wicked. This man wants space. He's going to get it. Sends it. It's a trade, and Nuki outdoes him. This guy is different sometimes. Nuki hitting that nice form that he can have, but actually it's Durka to put him to bed.
30 seconds.
So we get a 4v4 with 28 seconds now.
Actually, the reposition from Durka, actually going to tuck himself deep away from this execution. TP's back towards main. The Viper's Spit goes up. Hoodie actually catches Boaster. Mixwell onto Durka as well.
It's close again, down to 2. Enzo and Mystic sweating now. Mystic tries to wrap outside of the ult, get some chip damage, but it's not enough. But that could be the spray. Not pretty enough this time. Enzo, the 1v2, not going to get it. Meadows there. The defuse going to come in, and G2 carry on forward.
That felt a little desperation mode at that point. G2 doing unorthodox once again.
You want to play? Let's play.
Similar scenes in mid. This time around, though, FNATIC have 3 members present towards ramp. Boombot will clear through for Durka to try and find a favorable angle with the tour de force. It's Mixwell on the other side of things.
This is nice. Really nice positioning.
Nobody holding that for him. Mystic just absolutely clotheslines Nuki.
Okay, but there's surely a trade, right? There it is, and actually gets another.
Oh my
Gets Durka
god.
as well.
The timing is perfect for that pressure to come through. Removing the tour de force. Mixwell able to post up comfortably now. Hoodie will find his third. Just Enzo to try and find some damage in this round. Actually finds an angle, but Mixwell still with that TP safe.
Okay, G2, they've kept 4 alive, Mike. This is starting to get, this is game on territory.
They've got
quiet man behind a lot of the theory and a lot of the things that make.
Well,
actually great.
The other thing is without any real pressure towards like either sides here, it's setups like this from Meadow where he has these kind of double trap setups very deep with a one-way that ultimately haven't been tested too much yet. Some of these rounds of FNATIC just decide to hit a site. Those are the ones that can really cause problems. Just that slight variation. Like I said, there haven't really been a lot of fact-finding rounds for FNATIC.
No, you're right. I think I do wonder if that costs them anything going forward, because they will be, as you said, going in somewhat blind to some of the tricks they'll be up to. But okay, so mid control garnered. Where do we go from this? Okay, it looks like a lean towards B, but they haven't quite cleared through by Mixwell yet, who we noted early on had already pushed up and explored B main. And again, the retake on the space there, a little bit of a shoulder comes out from Avova, just making sure no one's progressing. There are players here.
Slow orb goes in, one way goes up.
This is all just a process.
They're going to force the issue. That TP was a little dicey.
I mean, it's worked out for Avova somehow. They're just going to punish Durka. The dip in for Hoodie. Oh, this is lovely work. The push and the pull from G2. striding in this game now. And it's rare you see FNATIC without an answer.
It's rare,
At the moment,
it's rare you see
I don't see
FNATIC
it.
pressured by the clock. And this is not the first time. Mystic should eat that paint shell, but able to escape.
It's done. Okay, 11 for G2. Alpha.
Enemy remaining.
Again. We don't often.
Bring them down.
Really isn't. I mean, it's only Boaster's ultimate to work with. Look, you're going to find the first one to Durka, but like I said, this
Shut
setup
down.
has barely been tested. Meadow able to dig his heels in. Enzo will find the first. He's got another 4 to find, though. 45 HP.
Wow.
Not much else to do here. G2 find themselves on map.
Hates it. Has to back away here. Give up the... Oh,
This one still finds one, though.
and slow. They can't make anything of this. No trade coming through. No nothing. FNATIC held at the door here.
Spike down B.
Yeah, not looking good in this second half. I mean, the blind TP
Wow.